What if the person you're holding on to doesn't actually exist? What if the version you are loving is not who they are today, but who you hope they will become? And what if that hope is the very thing that keeps you stuck? Because the hope feels so real, and walking away from it feels like giving up on someone you love. If that is where you are right now, stay with me. Because today we're going to talk about the difference between loving a person and loving a possibility. Hi, I'm Eve Kyle, relationship recovery coach for women. And this is Love Forward with Eve, a space where we heal the past, empower the present, and love forward into healthy relationships. Today we're going to talk about something that I think is one of the most common and most painful patterns in relationship. And what makes it so hard to see is that it looks like love. It feels like dedication. It sounds like patience and understanding and choosing to see the best in someone. But underneath all of that, there's something else happening. Something that, if we do not name it clearly, will keep costing you. So let's get into it. Think about this. You meet someone, you see who they are, but you also see what they could be. And that could be gives you hope. You tell yourself, if I just love them a little more, if I understand them a little deeper, if I support them through their pain, then they'll become that person. So you step in, not as a partner, but as a fixer, a healer, a coach, a therapist, a safe space, a motivator. You carry their emotions. You explain away their behavior. You give them grace over and over again. And slowly, without even noticing, you stop being in a relationship and start managing a project called love. And the thing about project is this. They require your time, your focus, your energy. There's not much left for your own life. And you do not even realize how much you have given until one day you look up and you wonder where you went. And here's the truth. You cannot build a relationship on someone's potential because potential cannot love you back. Potential is not presence. Potential is not consistency. Potential is not love. Potential is a possibility, not a promise. And when you fall in love with potential, you're not loving the person in front of you. You are loving your imagination. You are loving a future version that has not shown up and may never show up in the way you are hoping. And in the meantime, you adjust yourself to fit the present version. You shrink in small ways at first. You wait, you tolerate, you carry more than you share. You become more flexible, more understanding, more willing to make it work. Because you keep telling yourself, they're potential and they will get there. But love is not meant to feel like waiting for someone to arrive. Love is meant to meet you where you are. And when it doesn't, you start doing the work of closing that gap yourself every single day. Let's take a close look at this. A relationship is meant to be two people walking side by side, not one person carrying the other, not one person pulling, not one person dragging. But when you fall in love with potential, you end up doing all the emotional lifting. You become the one holding the vision, holding the hope, and holding the energy. And over time, that becomes your role. You become the stable one, the understanding one, the one who keeps it together. And that is exhausting because instead of being supported, you are the support system. Instead of being seen, you are the one constantly seeing them. Instead of being poured into, you are the one pouring and wondering when it will ever feel mutual. And somewhere along the way, you stop asking if anything is coming back because you have already decided it will eventually. And that word eventually becomes the reason you stay. Not because the relationship is good today, but because of what it might be tomorrow. That is a costly place to live. It's like going to a restaurant. You order a dish, and it's not good, but you keep going back because you believe if they just cook it a little bit differently, if they just add the right seasoning, if they just fix a few things, then this dish could be amazing. And the more you go back, the more invested you become. Because now it is not about food anymore. It's about the effort you have already put in, the time you have already given, and the hope you have already built. But the truth is, you are not there for what it could be. You are there for what it is. And if it's not good, you do not keep investing your time hoping it will become something else. You become a regular at the restaurant because the food is already good. The potential to become even better, that is a bonus, not the reason you keep coming back. And love works the same way. You are not meant to stay and refine someone into the partner you need. The alignment should already be there. So how do you know you're in love with potential? Here are some patterns to recognize. You find yourself explaining their behavior more than experiencing their love. You feel more responsible for their growth than they do. You are constantly adjusting so they do not feel uncomfortable. You are paying close attention to their process but losing connection to your own needs. You are waiting for changes instead of living in reality. You feel tired more than fulfilled. You have started to receive imaginary love, the love you will get once they're ready, once they change, once they heal, and you are measuring your real experience against that imaginary version and telling yourself it's all temporary. And deep down, you know something feels off. But you keep overriding that feeling because of what you believe this could become. So tell me in the comments, which one of those do you recognize in yourself? Because naming it is the first step out of it. So here's a shift. You do not need to find someone with potential. Every human being has potential. That is not what creates a healthy relationship. What matters is who they are today, how they show up, how they love, how they treat you, how they take responsibility for their own growth. You are not there to raise someone into the partner you want. You are here to walk with someone who is already aligned with you. Someone who is already present, physically and emotionally, already showing up, already choosing the relationship and choosing you. Yes, growth matters, but it has to come from within them, not from your effort, not from your sacrifice, not from you shrinking yourself to make it work. You cannot want someone's growth more than they want it for themselves. That will not work. And it was never your job in the first place. So do not fall in love with someone for who they could be. Fall in love with who they already are. And be honest with yourself about whether that is enough for you. Not the version you imagine on their best day. Not the version that shows up when things are easy. But the version that is present right now, in this season, with these patterns, with this level of availability. Is that enough for you? And if they grow, if they evolve, if they become even better, that is a bonus. But it should never be the foundation. Because when the foundation is a potential, there's nothing tangible to build on. You'll always be waiting, hoping, and settling. And you deserve a relationship that is already nourishing, already supportive, already feels enough. Not one that depends on the future version finally showing up. If this resonates with you, take a moment and ask yourself, am I loving who they are or who I hope they will become? And if this answer feels uncomfortable, that means you're getting somewhere. You are gaining clarity, and clarity is where everything begins. Because once you see it clearly, you can start choosing differently. You are not here to fix love. You are not here to earn love. You are not here to wait for it to finally become what you needed all along. You are here to experience love fully, mutually, and without losing yourself. So let me know in the comments, have you ever held onto someone's potential longer than you held on to your own peace? And I would love to hear from you. And if you know someone who needs to hear this today, share this episode with them. If you are ready to stop repeating this pattern and start choosing relationships that truly support you, you can book a free call with me. The link is in the description. I'm Eve, this is Love Forward, and I'll see you in the next episode.